Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is lemon tea muffins. So let's get started. You're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I have this in a bowl, and I'm also going to be adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder to the flour and a half a teaspoon of salt. Now once you do that, then just blend this together with your spoon or fork. And we're going to set the dry ingredients on the side for a moment. Now, you can do it in your stand-up or your hand mixer. It's really going to be up to you. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to cream 1 cup of butter. Now, if you don't want to use butter and you want to use margarine, feel free, but it is 1 cup. I went ahead and just cubed it because I think it is easier to cream and break that up. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now while that butter is being broken up, we're also going to be putting in granulated sugar. And you're going to need 1 cup of granulated sugar. And now I'm just going to start putting in the sugar to cream them, the butter and the sugar together. And I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. Okay. Now you're going to be needing 4 eggs, but what you're going to need to do is separate them. So I have 4 yolks. A couple of my eggs broke, but there's 4 egg yolks in here. And I'm going to start to beat those in. Again, separate your egg whites in another small bowl. Let me get the rest of this egg white, that egg yolk rather, out. Okay. Now, what you're also going to be needing to do, and I did it ahead of time, I took the 4 egg whites and just beat them in a bowl. Now you want to beat the egg whites till they form a peak, but you don't want to beat them where they become dry. So I'm just going to rebeat them for a few seconds. All right. Again, that's where we did with the 4 egg whites. I'm going to set those aside. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our dry ingredients, and we also are going to be using a half a cup of lemon juice. Now if you want to use fresh lemons, that's even better. And I'm going to start putting in the dry mixture, and then I'm going to alternate it with the lemon juice till I combine all the dry. These muffins come up extremely light in texture. They're not heavy or dense at all. So I had something in the oven. Sorry about that. I'm going to put the rest of the dry in and then the rest of the lemon juice. And I'm just going to raise my speed to bring it all together. Okay. Now at this point, let's see, I'm going to get my paddle out of here. Get the excess off. And then put that aside. Okay. And we'll push that out of the way. And I'm going to show you what we have so far. As you can see, but it's really just a beautiful, light and airy mixture in the batter. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to fold in the egg whites. And again, just gently fold them. Now you do want to, blend them, but you don't want to overbeat them. So just keep folding them in till it's combined without overbeating them, because you want these to come out extremely light and airy. Alright, that's the rest of the egg whites, and now I'm just going to fold them in my mixing bowl here with my spatula. And I'm going to show you in a second what they look like. Okay, and there we go. Extremely light and very fluffy. And they will render about 12 muffins, depending how much you want to fill them. I like to fill mine up to about 3/4 of the way, so I'm going to use my scoop here. And what I generally do is I just grab a mound of it, and that usually comes out about 3/4 of a scoop, or of the I'm sorry, the liner. It fills about 3/4 of it. Otherwise, just kind of judge 3/4 of your paper liner. And then I want to show you what they look like, because they are so light and so delicate before they go in the oven. Now they're going to go in a 375-degree oven, and they're going to bake up anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. So, do watch your ovens, because we do realize they all set up differently. Now, you're going to put a little bit of a light topping on them, and all you're going to need is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and put that together. And you're going to just sprinkle this on the top of the muffins. Now, if you don't like a lot of this, it will melt into the muffin, so it's really going to be up to you how much you want to put on. And just sprinkle that on right before you put them in the oven at 375, and once again, 15 to 20 minutes. Now I have some that are baked up. I just want to rinse my hands quickly. And this is how they're going to bake up. They come out just a beautiful light golden brown. And I'm going to unwrap one, but to show you how beautiful, again, very light golden brown on the bottom. And I'm going to take one out of the paper here. And let's cut that in half. And they produce this beautiful, light, moist texture muffin that I think you're really going to love, and especially with a cup of tea, or even great with a cup of coffee. So give this recipe a try. If you like it, let me hear from you. Leave a comment. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.